Well, AgriSompo's weekly crop tour continues. That's with farmers and agents around the country submitting some current conditions. And Director of Producer Services, Brooks York, joins us now to break down this week's results. And Brooks, as always, thank you very much for your time here this morning. So what were the highlights for soybeans this week?
You know, overall, Janet, this week we knew weeks 11 and week 12. Week 11 is the week we just got out of. We were going to see a lot of clarity come to the crop, and we have just seen that. Illinois and Iowa, the stories that we get in from there show a crop that looks like on corn above average to much above average conditions are out there across the board. We've had stories from Mike Toohill out of Leroy, Illinois, where he reports the potential for some record type corn yields in that region if we continue to get the weather we've got. We also saw a story out of Eric Eklund down in Afton, Iowa, Ryan Franklin up in Northeast Iowa, where things look pretty solid there. The flip side, Janet, is that we're seeing a lot of areas that are going to be below average to much below average. We've kind of established that. There probably can't be much improvement. So we've got a scad of stories this week from Nebraska, Kansas, southern Missouri, Kentucky, Texas, Oklahoma that show conditions that we probably can't recover from in regards to the corn crop.
What about corn? What really stands out with the crop this year so far?
You know, I think those two sides of things where we got that really good area and that really bad area, it kind of creates a dichotomy. And there's some areas in the country that we really need to watch in regards to week 12 and week 13. Minto Insurance Agency out of Minto, North Dakota does a great job weekly on telling us what's going on in that region. Areas like North Dakota and Minnesota that are a little bit later are going to play a big role in this year's corn crop. Another one that we need to watch, Heartland Agency out of Northwest Ohio. They do a great job of telling us what's going on in that area. Ohio got off to that rough start. We talked about that 3 weeks ago and has recovered. North Dakota, Minnesota, Ohio, all going to play a big role in the nation's corn crop this year. We need to watch those in week 12 and 13.
Now, what did participants say when it comes to fungicide application this year, maybe versus what we've seen in a normal year?
You know, that's a question that we polled over the last week. We asked how soybean application look in fungicide compared to last year corn. And one of the things that we found is maybe a slight downtick in the use of fungicide on soybeans for certain. Corn looked about average to slightly below. So if you get into some of those states that are hurt pretty bad, it looks like they've abandoned that practice, not wanting to put any more dollars in there. And that question alone and what they do in the fields are going to have impact on soybean and corn yields.
Now, Brooks, how can viewers maybe find the full report, and are they themselves able to participate in your tour?
Absolutely. We look for as many participants as we can get. Marketing info at sompo-intl.com. You can also look at our website, agrisompo.com, and find us there. We would love to hear from you.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Brooks. AgriSompo Director of Producer Services, Brooks York, connecting with us today. And of course, be sure to tune in every Friday morning at 9:30 Eastern as we break down their weekly report. Thank you again.